The UK Prime Minister of the Month Club has a new featured member. Google is sued over biometric data collection that took place without consent. And financial guru Robert Kiyosaki says the US dollar is toast. The Dogechain token price has tripled over the last week. Women remain bullish on crypto in spite of the bear market. And Polkadot hits an all-time high in on-chain development. Talk, talk, talk. It's only talk. Babble, burble, banter, bicker, brouhaha, balderdash, ballyhoo. It's only talk. And it's what we do is we put the spotlight on current events in the blockchain world. Pay careful attention and you'll find out how to get an original bad crypto US dollar Toast NFT dropped into your wallet on our A Toast to the Bear Market Bad News episode number 637 of the Bad Crypto Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition.
Who's bad?
And once again, this is the Bad Crypto Podcast, the show for the crypto curious and the crypto serious. We are the blockchain blockheads, the crypto clowns, the nifty nerds, the DeFi doofy, the GameFi goobers, the metaverse morons, and Web3 weenies. I'm Joel Comm, and that is Travis Wright.
I'm none of those things. How dare you say those things? I'm offended now.
We are also the algorithmic asshats. So there's...
Right
and
on.
You are a special breed because you're tuned in for the best show in infotainment on the blockchain. Over 5 years strong, more than 10 million downloads, heard around the world in every country that you can pronounce and would ever care to visit. We're not in the countries that you wouldn't want to visit anyway.
That is true. And what's so nice about this show is a little bit more succinct. We get to the point, we rock and roll, and give you as much news as possible in the shortest amount of time possible. So you're going to want to tune into these. You're going to want to rate, review, and tell a friend to subscribe because we're making these things succinct. Succinct.
And just a reminder, if you prefer the video version where you could actually see the stories that we're referencing, you can go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/bad crypto, or go to odyssey.com. We're over there as well at Bad Crypto. And we actually prefer that you go watch on Odyssey because that's decentralized video, but YouTube is king of video right for the time being. And so we are there as well. And with that,
Rumble, right? Rumble?
Yeah,
Rumble,
we're on.
Rumble,
I think there's a couple of viewers on Rumble as well. I don't know exactly where you'd go, but
Rumble.
Okay, news, yes. Timestamp on the 24th of October, 2022 is 2:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The crypto market cap, $968 billion. Bitcoin, 19,322. And Ethereum, 1339. Any outstanding things happening here in the top cryptos?
Yeah, I would say in the top 100, we're taking a look at some of these here. And over the last, the top 100 tokens, Clayton is a token. It's up 56%. Here's one that I find interesting. Polygon's up 12%. There's some interesting Polygon news we're going to be talking about, and you're going to want to pay attention to that. Kava also up a little bit. There's some that are up, but let's look at some of the ones that are down the most. Axie Infinity is down 24%. Wow. That is big. So we're going to talk about some of that today as well in the news.
All right. So here we go. First
of
all, the only reason that this is news, that there's a new prime minister in the UK, is because two things. One, I believe he's the first person of Indian descent to become prime minister of the UK. His name is Rishi Sunak, but he is crypto friendly. He wants to turn the country into an international hub for crypto. And, as long as by turning it into an international hub by crypto, he means decentralized and empowering people, then I'm a big fan. If he's talking about, well, we need to have a CBDC, ACDC, central bank digital currency, then not so much a fan.
Not so much a fan. I love how you said in the show notes or in the teaser, yeah, the Prime Minister of the Month Club. Here's the newest one. That was nice. So yeah, let's pay attention to this. I don't necessarily know where this is going, but we do know that he is, he is a fan of crypto or is a proponent of it. And actually, I'm going to London in about a week. So 1 week from now, I will be in London. I will be speaking at NFT London, going there. And then when I'm done, Joel, I'm going to take a little trip up to Scotland. I'm going to find my land that I'm a sur of, and I'm going to take a piss right there.
I'm going to get you my coordinates too, and I hope you will pee on my land as well.
I want to pee on the coordinates. And if I don't pee on the coordinates, the exact ones, you're not going to really know. It could just be the Scottish Highlands I'm taking a piss, but I can claim it's my own and you'll not know.
Well, and Sir Lord Rufus also has land. So he would, if he was there, he would definitely piss on it.
That's good. I'm going to take a piss. I'm going to take a photo too.
As does Lady Erin. So, well, here's the deal with this guy. So apparently, the new Prime Minister Sunak helped usher in the Financial Services and Markets Bill, which, if passed, could give local regulators broad power over the crypto industry. And under his leadership, the Royal Mint was tasked with creating an NFT collection, which has yet to come to fruition. So this is not just talk. This is a guy who is already helping to lead in the space. So we're going to be keeping our eye on the Brits. And hopefully this guy makes it more than 45 days.
Yeah. It should be interesting. So this next article right here, guys, Robert Kiyosaki, he, Rich Dad, Poor Dad guy, he's saying that the US dollar is toast because Saudi Arabia is looking to join BRICS. Now, if you know the BRICS countries currently, Russia, Brazil, China, India, South Africa, and then if Saudi Arabia goes, it would be BRICS. And so they're going to join. And so that was one of the biggest problems, I think, that happened with, the United States and the Western countries kicking Russia off of the financial system off of SWIFT. They said, okay, it's time to create our own. And now a lot of these other countries are like, wow, well, what happens if America tries to cancel us? We better work with these other countries. And if you look at this sort of objectively and say, the last part of the 20th century up until now has been sort of dominated by the U.S. as a super country or whatever. Well, it looks like I think China's wanting to take that over. They want to be the big daddy of the world, and they're getting some pretty big allies over there, Joel.
Kiyosaki's been predicting the end of the U.S. dollar for some time. Earlier this month, he said the U.S. dollar will crash by January of next year. Last month, he said the end of fake money is here. I mean, sooner or later, he's going to be right. There's people who have been calling for the end of the U.S. dollar, that it's going to crash it just as often as some religious sects have said Jesus is coming back tomorrow at 3:00, right? And of course they've been wrong and they've been wrong and they've been wrong.
Mm-hmm. But this is a little different, I think, because the world reserve currency being the dollar, and then countries having to buy the dollar first before they can buy oil. Now that's going away, right? That is the hugest piece of the puzzle that hasn't really been here up until now, because now China and Russia are trading freely with the yuan and the ruble, right? And then India is jumping in with their rupee, right? And it's like, and if Saudi comes in with all of their oil and starts bringing it in on that side of the things, and the West gets left out, it's going to be interesting, and it could be catastrophic for a lot of folks who don't quite understand what's coming yet.
I really feel like the BRICS nations need a mascot, and I really want it to be a Lego guy. That would just be perfect.
That brick man, that Trump build the wall brick suit guy.
Brick man, yeah, like
yeah, Lego brick. Step on. You do not want to step on those. Like I did that before, and I hate that.
Those are the best security devices. Like put those on the floor, and robbers will be like, wow, what? So
if they're barefoot, but you don't ever really get barefoot robbers. Is the problem.
Well, they're trying to be quiet. You never know. Maybe they can take their shoes off.
Ow, son of a bitch! Oh, I just stepped on a Lego.
Did you not see Home Alone? I mean, hello.
I've seen it. Yeah,
so producer Lisa just sent this story. Breaking news from Bitcoin Magazine. Chinese intelligence officers paid $61,000 in Bitcoin to bribe U.S. government employees and steal documents, according to the Department of Justice. So, shocker. Not really. Really that people are going to be bribing government officials. That never happens. There's nobody corrupt in our government or all governments of the world for that matter. But there you go.
A lot of times what happens is you'll start seeing these big, huge, multi-billion-dollar grants to a country, and then a lot of that money then filters back to the foundations of our politicians. Excuse me, Ukraine.
That's
and
yeah.
It was man, it's like Ukraine. And but yeah, and think about this: U.S. intelligence officers have paid X amount of money. Well, dude, they've been working with senators. Right, Eric Small Willie or whatever his name is, who's hooking up with that one Chinese, and then you had Feinstein, who's like driver for 20 years, was Chinese spy. They don't ever really get busted, and then you get the Connect. You guys have even gone down that rabbit hole. Connect, CONNECH, where basically all of the U.S. Election workers database has been filtered to China, so they know exactly who they are. So it's crazy. You dive down that Connect rabbit hole, and people say, "Oh, our elections are 100% secure." They're not the brightest, but that's okay. That's the way
they're secure-ish. Maybe we'll find out after midterms.
Yeah, I do like this quote here that somebody said, Joel. He says, "Bitcoin is a mean of exchange, regardless of what it's used for." Yeah, hello.
Very true. So Google's in trouble, being sued over biometric data collection without consent. The Texas Attorney General, Ken Paxton, is suing them for allegedly collecting data belonging to millions of Texans through Google Photos, Google Assistant, Nest Hub Max. They've been recorded faces without people's consent. No kidding. It's like telling us your Apple saying their phones aren't listening. Come on, everybody knows that they're listening to you. Google's listening, Apple's listening. We're going to all find out the hard way that our privacy is being violated like crazy, which is why we need decentralized services that will respect our privacy. Also, one reason that the de-Googleification of my life is continuing. I have 4 primary Google accounts that I use: my business account, my personal account, a bad crypto account, and a Nifty Show account. The first 2 I've been using for years. Tons of documents, tons of mail, calendars. I've been going through Drive and I have been pulling stuff down, deleting stuff. And now that Proton is a thing, they should be sponsoring us. I am going to make the move. It is going to happen. And hopefully we can get off all of this, and recommend that you do as well. One way you can do it is to get the Brave browser. Get off Google Chrome. There's no reason, absolutely zero reason to be using Google Chrome. The extensions, Chrome extensions, work great on Brave. They respect your privacy and do not track you. Ditch Chrome, go to Brave. And you know what else I like about Brave, Trev? Is you can sync your bookmarks so that whatever bookmarks you have on this computer, you can have on your other computer and on your phone. And there you go. There's my.
You got lots to say about that. That's good. But think about this, Joel. Google was fined, $2.7 billion, it says out at the bottom of this article, in a dominant marketing position to tweak search results. So they're literally changing search results, right? And they say they don't, but they got fined $2.7 billion, and they got fined another $1.7 billion for anti-competitive practices and online advertising. Look at all this money. They $5 billion in fines just recently because Google has been doing bad things with their data. And here it is. There's more stuff coming. So not a big surprise. What might be a new surprise, though, for some is Dogechain, Joel. The token price has popped up quite a little bit. It's a Dogecoin related project. It is getting pumped. Community members love Doge related projects. Is this a real thing? I don't know, but I do know that it's Polygon related, and it looks like it's doing some things.
And we're going to keep an eye on that as well. Meanwhile, Warren Buffett back in the news. He has backed a project called Neobank, and they have selected Polygon for their Web3 token. And so what could that mean? That could mean that MATIC could go bullish right now, and we see an increase. Full disclosure, I've owned MATIC for quite some time, and I'm definitely waiting for that bull run to occur.
Yeah, Disney's working with them. Warren Buffett's now working with them. We just talked about an article before that's working with Polygon. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's going on here with Polygon, so just keep an eye on all of that. here's an article next up is about Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity over the last week dropped another 22%. And so there's some people that are freaking out a little bit. There's a lot of people in the Philippines that are huge fans, so much so that they use this pretty much exclusively during COVID to earn their money. And then the tokenomics wasn't working as effectively, and now it's having some problem. But now they're actually going to be distributing a whole bunch of tokens to people, which is literally today. So that's why there's a lot of people dumping right now.
Yeah, I would imagine. Man, I wish I sold my Axie a long time ago. I did not. I'm still hodling it and staking, and I keep earning Axie because it's staked, but the value keeps going down, down, down. Here's another chain that we've talked about. We need to watch. Polkadot hits an all-time high in development activity. They've been at this now for about a year, and there are more than 500 contributions each day in September to their GitHub. So lots of people looking at this parrot chain, Polkadot, and they could indeed be one of the ones that survives and thrives.
Yeah, this right here, Joel, sticks out to me. Together, Polkadot and Kusama, which really work together, right? So Kusama is like the test net for Polkadot. They've paid out $9.6 million and about 350,000 KSM tokens, a total of $73 million to fund these spending proposals in their ecosystem. So look at this. They got 66 blockchains now live. This is a true layer zero. They're building on top of this, and they have 66 blockchains on top of that now. So that tells me there's a lot of stuff that's being built. And then also another thing that's really big news, Joel, is that Gavin Wood, one of the original creators of Ethereum and one of the creator here of Polkadot, is now stepping down. We mentioned this the other day, stepping down from his CEO role of Parity Technologies and coming in full-time as the chief architect officer of Polkadot. Polkadot's like $5 or something right now. I'm not saying that's great financial advice, but at its all-time high, it was like $40, $50. And they're building like crazy over here. And so it would seem to me that there could be some pretty good stuff going on with that, not financial advice.
Do you own any? I own some Polkadot.
I do, yeah. And I'm accumulating.
Ripple is testing the XRP Ledger sidechain compatible with Ethereum smart contracts, another EVM. And if Ripple can get out of this SEC lawsuit and win this thing, it's very possible we could see Ripple fly as well. Okay.
This right here could be really huge news. Could be really, really huge news. So look at that, man. If Ripple is able to be cross-compatible with EVMs and Ethereum-based smart contracts, that's going to open up so much, because that's kind of excludes Ripple for a lot of things, right? Once that happens, you're going to be able to pull in NFTs in Ripple. I think I could be really bullish on Ripple once this SEC thing gets figured out. But we're a U.S. citizen, so we can't go and buy XRP. But my goodness, man, with it being sub 50 cents and its all-time high being $3 and something, that almost seems like an easy 5X if you could get in on it, if they end up doing the thing right with the SEC. So there's a whole lot of ifs, ands, and buts right there, Joel.
Keep your butts out of this conversation.
Yeah.
And
well, if they were candies and nuts, every day would be Christmas, they say.
David Schwartz, who's been on the show, was quoted. He's the CTO of Ripple. He's in this as well. Apple and the metaverse. Not going to dig too far into this, but we know they're heading this way. It's going to happen. And the real reason that we wanted to talk about the metaverse is to mention that our friend Cathy Hackl, who's been on the show, badco.in/619. If you haven't checked out her book yet, then you're going to want to do that. But she talks all about the metaverse, AR, VR, digital wearables in that particular episode. And Apple is going to get into metaverse. You know they're going to. And
hey, these look good, dude. These look good. I mean, I've been waiting. I got LASIK surgery. So I know eventually I'm going to have some of these goggles, and they're saying that Apple's first headset could be here as early as 2023, maybe called the Reality One or the Reality Pro, based on trademark filings that are believed to be tied to Apple. It's going to be a premium device, probably upwards of $3,000. I hope it's not VR. I don't really want a VR. I want a badass augmented reality one. Yeah, but AR.
In order for it to be AR, you need to be able to wear it wirelessly out and about. VR, is for your home. AR is to wear out in public, and I still think
so. They got it to be able to tether it. I think that a lot of the processing could happen from the mobile device in your pocket. Most likely, they're going to find a way to do some AirPlay sort of tethering the device So it's going to be, you're going to need the AR and you're going to need an iPhone because they're going to be compatible in some way.
It'll be Bluetooth.
Where a lot of the processing is done there. Yeah.
Something. This is good news. Women remain bullish on crypto investment despite the market lull, according to a survey here on Cointelegraph. So you can read more about that. And by the way, links to all the stories are in our show notes at badco.in/637. This is a big number here. Trav, what do you think of this story on Blockworks?
Blockworks, or the one here on the one right here about women and being bullish on crypto?
I did that one. I hit it, and
then you added a new one. Oh, I don't even think I have this other one in here.
NFT royalties top $1.8 billion.
Look at that.
This is not sales. This is royalties. This is money that is programmed into the smart contracts that ends up in the hands of the creators and the artists.
And that's really where I think a lot of the value of NFTs happen. You know, you talk to Jimmy Song, he's like, "What? You have a tax built in? How can you have a tax built in? That's very un-Bitcoin maximalist of you." And they're like, "Well, I mean, if you're a creator, it's a good idea to have some of that stuff built in." And so, you know, what they did is they looked at all the different secondary sales and figured out which NFTs, how much they were providing back to their original creators. And they've come up with that number. It looks like it's mostly Ethereum based, so it's probably number's not 100% accurate. It's probably well over 2 billion, but that's a pretty big number so far when you consider that most of those are just little funny cartoons.
I want to say that was the worst Jimmy Song impression I've ever heard. I don't think he sounds anything like that. That was more like
just pop.
Zoolander being really good looking.
Yeah, but it's more pompousness. I was trying to add the pompousness.
A little bit more pomp. So we promised you guys a free NFT, and it is free and it is cool. In fact, I'm going to show you a picture of it because Travis just created this. And if you're watching on the visuals, I'm going to drag it in. It is a Bad Crypto US dollar is Toast NFT. And you can get this if you are a member of the Bad Crypto Nifty Club. It's really easy. If you don't have your membership card yet, then you can go to badcrypto.uncut.fm. It's on Polygon, and all you got to do is you could scroll through the McAfee ones that look like some of these are still available. Some are sold out. Some of these are still available though. And this is what you want right here. Bad Crypto Nifty Club. It's this cool spinny card. It's red. It's got us in the window. It's only 0.002 ETH, which as of right now is $2.68. Why are we charging for this? Because we don't want a bunch of bots to come in and take free ones and then get all the bonus NFTs. So go splurge, not financial advice, NFT advice. Go to badcrypto.uncut.fm and get your Bad Crypto Nifty Club NFT. If you had one, you would have gotten the corn drop before we had our vacation. And next up, we're going to drop this US dollar is Toast to you if you are a member. But you need to have your membership card by October 27th, 2022 at midnight Eastern Standard Time. We're going to then do a snapshot and we will drop those to you the following week.
So is that the end of the day on the 27th? Yeah. Or so like 11:59 p.m. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
There you go.
And you can go grab one of these.
Get it or don't. It's your choice. We're not here to tell you to do anything.
There you go. We are going to tell you to do a couple things. Well, we're going to ask you to do a couple things. We're going to ask you to subscribe. Subscriptions are really the bread and butter of rankings on the podcast platform. So, maybe subscribe a friend, say, "Do you listen to Bad Crypto?" And they'll be like, "What? What are you talking about?" Then take their phone, find the show, hit the plus button that says follow. That's it. Now they're subscribed and hopefully they'll listen to it and then they'll come back for more. And so we would appreciate if you would make sure you're subscribed and get a friend or two or your whole family to subscribe.
And Thanksgiving's coming up, right? So that might be a really good time to go the holidays. If you're not in the U.S., I mean, that's the Thanksgiving is pretty much a U.S. holiday. But connect with them and say, "Hey, let me see your phone. Connect on Bad Crypto. Just subscribe." That makes an easy way and to have them listen to it. If they haven't listened to badco.in/210, that's really the initiate one into it and saying, "Hey, here's why this is important." And we really need to get ahead of this because if we don't get ahead of it, then the governments are going to get ahead of it. and people aren't going to be informed about why it's even important. We need to let people know that CBDCs are not good, and decentralization is good, and bad crypto is bad.
It is. And by the way, bonus points to any of you who heard song lyrics in the teaser at this beginning of the show. If you're like, wait, I know what that is, it's going to be really obscure. But if you know what that is, write us at badcryptopodcast@gmail.com and let us know what it is. And I will reply back to you with, you are correct, sir or ma'am, depending upon which one you are. Until we
you'll get nothing from that, though. You'll get nothing.
Well, you will have the pride. You'll be like, oh my gosh, they replied to me. And they said, stay bad.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.